From the historic capital of open-wheel racing, Indianapolis, Indiana, it's USAC Unleashed. And now, stumping the loud pedal, ripping the lip, and letting her eat, here are your hosts, Dirty Dan and the Photo Man.
Hey, USAC Unleashed fans, here we are. We're lighting the fuse, and boom goes the dynamite on episode number 4 of this fine show. I am joined by my partner in crime, the Photo Man, Rich Foreman. How you doing tonight, brother?
Hey, man, I'm good tonight.
Yeah, man. Yep. All right, we got somebody else joining us, but you know, we're going to throw him under the bus now, Rich. This wasn't planned, was it?
No, it wasn't.
Mr. TJ Crawford, the Tommy Lee of racing. How you doing tonight, brother?
I'm doing all right. How's it going, guys?
Doing all right. You wasn't expecting that, was you?
No, I wasn't. Not even in the least bit.
That's how we like to do it around here.
You guys got to keep me on my toes. I get it.
That's right. Get used to it. And, of course, our producer extraordinaire, Mr. Bob, the Marlboro Man Steel, behind the boards. How you doing tonight, Bob?
Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, I'm doing good. I'm just doing Marlboro commercials here.
At least it's not Star Wars again this week. All right, man. We got a lot to get through tonight. We're driving the producer, Bob Steele, nuts tonight with our guest lineup. So, at any rate, man, Rich, got some things you want to plug here?
Yeah, I think we need to get a big shout out to Walker Race Promotions and our website at USAC Unleashed Radio Show. Got it up and running. Looks great. We're excited to keep adding more and more things to it.
That's a fact, man. We're adding a ton of stuff. There's a ton of info there. You can find links to all our past shows, current shows, sponsor links, the whole 9 yards. There's even a section where you can tell us what you think, you know, and of course all those go to photoman at usacanleashed@gmail.com.
Hate mail.
Yeah, there you go. All right, man. Another quick thing I want to get out there. We're about ready to go racing, man, up here in Indiana on March 29th. We got the No Way Out 40 Jesse Hockett Memorial at Brownstown Speedway. April 5th, we've got the USAC Sprints with the Lawrenceburg season opener in Lawrenceburg, Indiana. And on April 6th, we got the Silver Crown Series kicking off the season at Terre Haute, at the Terre Haute Action Track for the Sumar Classic. Photo Man, give me some more information on these races, man.
Yeah, I mean, we're really excited. It starts off the USAC season, especially back here in Indiana. You get the season opener for the sprint cars at Lawrenceburg Speedway. USAC car is going to be there. It's going to be a great show. Lawrenceburg's a great facility. And then next day, head across state with the Silver Crown cars to Terre Haute for the Sumar Classic.
Man, I can't wait, man. That's finally going to get out of the house, blow the cobwebs off. For more information about those races or any other USAC races, you can visit usacracing.com. USACracing.com. All the schedules are there, points, the whole 9 yards, all the information you need, track links, and all of that. And, of course, a big shout-out to our broadcasting home, Performance Motorsports Network, www.performancemotorsportsnetwork.com. Check it out, man. I am all jacked up. I cannot wait to talk about this new sponsor. But right now, we got to get out of here, go to a commercial, and we'll be right back with some more USAC Unleashed on the Performance Motorsports Network.
Walker Racing Promotions is a public relations team determined to grow and expand your name in the world of racing while guiding your image and car to the top. We use multiple different techniques from press releases, social media pages, and websites to boom your team or company ahead of the rest. Whether it be your normal race team wanting a sponsorship proposal or full-blown touring series needing PR help, Walker Racing Promotions can cover it all. Head to walkerracingpromotion.com to learn more on how you can expand your PR program with Walker Racing Promotions.
If you're a gearhead, you probably go online to those hot rod superstores, drooling over the chrome and speed goodies until you find just the right item for your muscle car, tuner car, truck. But what do you do when it comes to fixing the mom mobile? If you're like most do-it-yourselfers, you head to the strip mall parts store and talk to the "Do you want fries with that?" kid behind the counter. Hold on, Bunky. Did you stop to think where those chain stores are getting the parts that you're installing in the vehicle that's used to transport your family everywhere? They get the cheapest suppliers they can find to sell you the parts at bargain prices. Their limited lifetime warranties? What a joke. Remember the last time Mom's car broke down? You heard about that one for weeks. Don't take that chance again. Excelsior Racing has the quality parts you need for your family vehicle. Parts that you can install knowing you're getting the best for your family. Excelsior Racing, Quality parts, personalized service, affordable pricing, fast to you direct. Excelsior Racing, online at excelsiorracing.com or call 502-909-2034.
And now, back to the guy who loves Swedish massages and women named Helga. I don't want to know anything about that one. Dirty Dan and the Photo Man.
And I'll tell you what, I don't know who's following me around with private investigators finding this information out, but we got to get to the bottom of that, Photo Man.
Yeah, you definitely have somebody following you.
Yeah, no doubt. All right, it's time. The first guest of the night on the USAC Unleashed radio show, Mr. Cole Fehr. How you doing tonight, brother?
I'm doing good. How about you?
I'm doing better now. Doing better now. So, at any rate, man, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself? Where are you from?
I'm Cole Fehr, and I'm from Coatesville, Indiana.
And what do you race, Cole? What are you running around Indiana racing, buddy?
I'm running Kenyan Midgets.
Kenyan Midgets. You sound young. How old are you, Cole?
I'm 18.
18? Uh-oh. You just threw me under the bus, didn't you? You're not so young, are you? How long you been racing, man?
I raced dirt carts for 6 years, and last year was my 7th year in racing, and that was my first year in the Kenyan Midget.
In your first year in the Kenyan Midget. Now, have you been able to run some pavement and dirt in those cars?
Yeah, I have. I got to run Anderson Speedway, and I got to run US 24 Speedway, and then we got one race in Mattoon, Illinois called Coles County Speedway.
Okay, Cole. Now I got to watch you a little bit up there at US 24, and it's a small dirt track. And how's that factor into getting around a small little dirt track like that?
Well, it's especially hard in these cars, especially for a new driver. I had some extra practices up there, and they kept telling me to run the car at the throttle. Coming from a go-kart, that's just a totally different way of driving. So they're telling me to pitch the car and stand on the gas, and it took me a while to get it. I hit some few pylon cones along the way, but I got there.
Yeah, now, when it comes to dirt, dry, slick track or tacky track?
I like the tacky track.
Yeah, it definitely leads to being able to go hammer down. So what are you racing next year, and what's your schedule look like?
I get to run 16 races with the Kenyan Midgets, and we're going to run the Speed Rome, the Coles County Speedway, US 24 Speedway, and Anderson again.
Now, Cole, who's helping pay all the bills and write all the checks for all this racing you're doing?
Well, first and foremost, I got to thank my mom. She finds money every weekend. But we have York Automotive of Crawfordsville, Greencastle, and Brazil, and they help us with our tires. We're proud to announce that we just got Schaefer Oil on board. And for those of you who don't know who they are, they're the longest-lasting oil company in the U.S., starting their 175th year this year. I have to thank Leader's Edge for all their help. Bill and Scott Bally, they give us a lot of support. And last of all, Spike and Carolyn. Can't say enough about them, the team members. They support us, and Spike's help has made a huge difference with learning how to race.
Now, Cole, do you have any websites, Twitter accounts, Facebook accounts, or anything where people can follow you?
You can follow us on the Live Loud Racing page, or you can find me on my personal page, Cole Fehr.
Right on. And what's the ultimate goals, Cole? Where do you see yourself? Where do you want to end up with your racing career?
Well, I'd love nothing more to be running a USAC National Midget or a USAC Sprint car. My ultimate goal, if I had to go as far as I would want, I'd want to get to Knoxville.
Oh, wow. That's not a bad goal to have, man. Who's some of your idols coming up?
My idols, I'd probably say Donnie Schatz, just because he's from North Dakota where I was born. He just goes out there and beats everybody. I remember when I was watching the Prelude to the Dream late model race, he had that car on the wall so many times, but he still came back and finished fourth.
That is a fact. That was a hell of a run by him. Now, you brought up who your idol was, and Knoxville's the ultimate goal. But winged or non-winged, man? Which do you prefer?
I've never raced a wing car, so I'd have to prefer the non-wing right now. But I'd love nothing more to try out a wing car.
Yeah, that sounds like a lot of fun. Now, what's some of your goals this year? What's some of the goals that you've set for yourself in your second season in the Kenyan car?
Well, I really want to win a race, but my ultimate goal is to take the championship home this year.
That's not a bad goal to have, man. All right, Cole, we're gonna get out of here, and we're gonna follow you this season and see how you're doing, and we'll definitely have you back on the show again. But thanks for being on the show.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
All right, and there you have it, Mr. Cole Fehr on USAC Unleashed on the Performance Motorsports Network. But we're not done. on the phone with us, Miss Callie Wolsiffer. How you doing tonight?
Oh, great. How are you doing?
Tell the folks out there who you are, where you're from, and what do you race?
My name is Callie Wolsiffer. I'm from New Palestine, Indiana, and I race 600cc Yamaha R6 mini sprint.
And where do you race those at?
All over Indiana. I race in Logansport, Indiana, Peru, Indiana, Shelbyville, Indiana, and Linton, Indiana.
And how often do you get out and race? How many races you looking to run in 2014?
Every Saturday.
Just every Saturday?
Every single Saturday.
That's the joys of being in Indiana, Dan. We can run every Saturday.
Yeah, there you go. Hey, Callie, there's something pretty special that you've been doing the last year and a half or so, and actually it's how we met each other. You're doing some stuff for Pippa Mann and her Glass Hammer racing deal. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Glass Hammer is a great program. It's all about developing and sponsoring introductory racing experiences. It's all about exposing the young girls and drivers into racing. Whether you're driving the car or you're behind the scenes of racing, it's all about getting young girls involved and kicking boys' butts.
And kicking boys' butts. Now, I know there's something that you enjoy doing with that Glass Hammer deal, and you guys go up to Fast Times, isn't it, and have some programs for the girls?
Yeah, we actually put on, we call it a GHR experience, and it's all about, we have 15 or so drivers or young girls that are just interested in racing, and they join this class, and we work with them and get them in the go-karts, show them everything about the carts and have them drive around, and they follow us, and then we follow them and watch how their line is. We work with them and try to improve their driving ability or just get them interested in racing in general.
And what's some of the things that you found just in your limited experience with it, what's some of the things that you found that the girls really look forward to or they need the most help with in the racing industry?
I mean, working with the young girls, I think it's just working with them and getting them to understand that, just because it's a male-dominant sport doesn't mean anything. Like, just because you might be the only girl out there on the track, it doesn't mean anything because you put that helmet on and you're all just alike. You're all a driver and you're all there for one thing, and that's to win.
That's a fact. That's a fact right there. What's some of the things that you faced? Because you've been racing, and then you've kind of went through the transitional period here, and racing with the guys and things. And what's some of the things that you found personally that you've had to endure in your racing career?
I think like a lot of guys think that because I'm a girl I can't race, or they think that I just get talked down to by a lot of people. Like, guys are like, oh, you're just a girl, you don't race. Like, even people that aren't into racing, they're like, girls can't drive. Like, you won't end up anywhere in it. They talk down to you just because you're a girl, and they think that you can't be as good as the boys, but we can because, I've made my way through, and I have championships under my belt, and it's like, that people putting me down just like makes me be like, yeah, I can do this, and I'm gonna show you that I can do it. And it's hard sometimes, and it's tough, but you gotta get over it. Oh well.
Now, Callie, in the micro racing, I know we got you, we got Sarah Elrod, and there's some female drivers there in the micro rinks, especially around here in Indiana. Do you find you guys as bonding together, or is it like you said, is it everybody's the same, put the helmet on, ready to go?
I mean, I'm friends with them, and I have a lot of girls to race that I'm friends with, and we all talk and hang out. But I mean, at the racetrack, guy drivers, I mean, they just hang out with us. It's not like they don't like us because we're girls. But I have a lot of friends that are girls in race, and I think it's cool, and to get more people involved in it, it's great.
Now, Callie, who's some of the people that's writing the checks that's allowing you to race this season?
As far as Glass Hammer Racing, which they've helped out a bunch, we have Toyota Machinery USA. They're awesome. They've been with me for so long. We have Hoosier Racing Tire. We have Safety Clean and Perfection Collision Center.
That's a lot of sponsors, man. How much? You need to pay for my racing career.
Radical Race Gear, because they just made my brain.
All right, Callie. How do people get a hold of you?
I have a Facebook page. It's Callie Wolsiffer Racing, or my personal page is Callie Rose Wolsiffer. I also have a Twitter account at two. One's Race Girl 11Z, and the other is Callie Wolsiffer 35W. And then my website is callieracing.com.
All right, that'll work. We're gonna catch up with you later on this season, Callie. But thanks for coming on the show and talking to us tonight.
Thank you very much.
All right, and there you have it, Callie Wolsiffer and Cole Fehr on USAC Unleashed radio show on the Performance Motorsports Network. We'll be right back after these messages.
Ever wonder what keeps the USAC Unleashed radio team fired up besides their passion for racing? Crack open a can of the best tasting energy drink on earth, Liquid Nitro. Liquid Nitro products are infused with nothing but the finest ingredients, including 3 herbs and 2 B vitamins to give you the best quality energy drink your body can handle. Liquid Nitro Regular, Liquid Nitro Low Carb, and Liquid Nitro Tropical Storm energy drinks contain a blend of herbs and vitamins that produce clean energy without the crash or aftertaste and without those harmful side effects. Also, check out their line of Liquid Nitro Shooters, a 3-ounce exotic berry-flavored energy shot that tantalizes your taste buds. And hey guys, you might be interested in their Liquid Nitro Fuel for Passion. It's an all-natural energy shot with a proprietary blend that helps us men feel, well, more productive. Check out their Facebook page at Liquid Nitro Beverages Midwest or their website at nitrobeverages.com. Real energy, no bull. Liquid Nitro.
On the air, you may know me as the man about motorsports. Actually, I've been the man about insurance for over 30 years. With one call, I can cover your life, health, auto, home, and business insurance. Recently, I saved a young couple over $500 on their annual car insurance bill. No gimmicks and no green lizard. So if you think your insurer is really your good neighbor who is on your side because he is holding your money in his good hands, think again. Call me, 703-631-8000. I have dozens of insurance companies waiting to give you the protection you need and deserve. It may take more than 15 minutes, but you'll receive sound advice, quality professional service, and an honest opinion. That number again, 703-631-8000. Ask for Larry Elton.
And now, back to the guy who gets his jollies taking telephoto pictures of large-chested women at the races without their knowledge. It's the Photo Man and Dirty Dan.
Oh, man, I think somebody caught me there, Dan.
I think so.
Hey, here we go. This is going to be a really cool deal. We're kind of getting a little preview here of what's going to happen in April, but I'm proud to introduce TJ Crawford is going to be doing our track talk with TJ, presented by Liquid Nitro Energy Drinks. TJ, how you doing?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me on, guys. A little bit early in the month here. Looks like we're going to be starting at the end of April, but I am more than excited to be getting on the show with you guys and talking about some good old non-wing racing.
Yeah, I mean, we're so glad to have you on here. It's going to be a really cool deal. First of all, let's talk about this sponsor because, you know, you're kind of bringing it along and it's going to be your title sponsor and it sounds like it's going to be awesome. I know I'm jacked up about it. We don't even have to ask Dirty Dan if he's jacked up about it, but tell us a little bit about Liquid Nitro.
Well, Liquid Nitro is just kind of an upcoming energy drink, and they're really about helping out the grassroots racers. And they're trying to actually just help with getting their name out with people that actually care about racing, because that's what Nitro cares about. And I'm actually really honored to be able to work for such a company that cares so much about the lower budget teams and about the weekend warriors that are out there doing it because they love it. And that's what racing's all about. We're not in this stuff to make $1 million. They always say, if you want to make $1 million in racing, start out with 10 million. So we're just kind of in it to help out with anyone that we can and that really needs the help. And we're here to support what people love and what we spend our lives doing, because when you're in racing, it is your life. It's not just something you do on the weekends.
Yeah, that's for sure. And I think, I speak for all of us that racing is our life. I mean, we don't do it to get rich. We do it because we love it. I think Liquid Nitro is a great company. It's going to be a good fit. I'm so happy to bring them on. And, we're going to have a segment called, Track Talk with TJ. Let's talk about what all is that going to entail? What are you planning on doing with your little piece here on the show?
Basically, I'm just going to try to talk with, what's going on the track. How are people finishing? I'm going to try to keep us up to date with the CRA stuff and throw in a little bit of history that's been going on in the sport. Because we do have a lot of legendary races, and we've got some races that have been going on for quite a while, and we've got some people like Dave Darland that's been racing for quite a while. So we want to touch on a little bit of everything, and definitely want to make sure that we get the stats out and the finishes and a little bit of the behind-the-scenes stuff that's going on when drivers are switching rides and when we've got new opportunities opening up, we just want to make sure we keep everybody in the loop with everything USAC.
Yeah, for sure. And I know, we also have some plans to, hey, if, one of us needs to take a night off, you might have to come in and co-host.
Yeah, I know. You're going to stick me with Dirty Dan. I'm just glad I can't smell him from over here.
That's right. I'm going to stick you with him.
What the hell, man? What I step out to go use the bathroom, refill my moonshine jar, and you guys are throwing me under the bus. What's up with that?
Just trying to get your attention, Dan. I'm starting to wonder if you'd left us or what.
Let's just be honest. It ain't going to roll over.
I was just kind of sitting back and letting the buy a ride guy get some airtime. So,
Oh, the buy a ride. I see how it is. Throw me under the bus now.
All right, TJ. Back to Rich's question, man. Go ahead and throw your answer out there. What's this segment going to be all about?
Really, we're just going to try to keep everybody informed on what's going on with as far as the point standings. We've got a lot of rookies this year, and we're going to have quite the battle there. And we're just going to keep up with what's going on inside of USAC, not necessarily the stuff that you see on Facebook every day, and just trying to keep the inside stories and make sure that we get all the information out about driver changes and finishes and what races we've got coming up, and just a little bit of history on the sport.
Yeah, now, you're going to be our news guy. You're going to be the guy that's got your finger on the pulse of everything going on. And I think we also turned you over on the Twitter account. You're going to be our Twitter guy now, aren't you?
Yeah, looks like you guys got me in charge of the Twitter account, so if anyone wants to hit us up over there on Twitter, looks like our Twitter account is going to be Letter Rip, and that's at the USAC Unleashed radio show, and we're going to be talking with the fans that's going through each week and with the drivers, and looks like I'll be on there just keeping everybody informed and keeping everything going on Twitter to make sure that we're at least connected on a little bit of the social media world.
Yeah, for sure. And I know, there's a lot of things going on in the world here, racing and stuff like that. And, let's just take a few minutes here. Let's let you kind of go with, a little bit of a news segment here and let us know what's going on out there in the world.
Well, basically right now it looks like that our biggest news story of the week just kind of broke. That looks like Brian Clausen's going to be stepping into the Hoffman 69 ride for the Little 500, which is something that I don't think anyone's seen coming. And that's quite a prestigious race. And it's really awesome to see Brian teaming up with the Hoffman team who've been going at this for over 80 years. And, it looks like he's getting a little closer to the Indy stuff, which is awesome because, we had Brian in the Indy 500 before. He put on a really strong run. And he's a really big guy in USAC. And we support Brian and everything that he's doing as far as his racing career. And it's just great to see him expanding over to pavement. And, looks like with the Hoffman Mean Green ride, he's actually got some really good equipment underneath of him. They haven't broke this car out in about, looks like 3 or 4 years since they've had their pavement car out. So it looks like they're going to be doing some fine tuning to try to get him on the track and get him up top on a really prestigious race.
Yeah, the Hoffmans are a great team, and for them to get that car back out, that's just going to be an awesome deal to see them get back out there. And the Little 500 is such a great race, and them teamed up with Brian is definitely going to be a big threat for that. What else? We got anything else out there in the world that's going on?
Well, we actually do. We've got a CRA event that's going to be coming up here pretty soon out in California. It's definitely still USAC, so we like to make sure that we keep everything in the loop there. But we've got the Scola Shootout coming up on March 15th at Paris Auto Speedway. And, we're going to have all the big hitters out there like the Demon, Damian Gardner, and Ronnie Gardner, too. Not to throw in one little last name group there, but we are going to have quite a few of the California drivers out there as it's still pretty early in the season. And it looks like they've got a really strong rookie class going on this year, too. So that's something that we're definitely going to want to follow and that you're definitely going to want to follow because that's some good racing out in California. And we get a lot of good drivers over here in Indiana thanks to California.
Yeah, definitely. We get a lot of, really great drivers out of California that come to mind. Obviously Kyle Larson, he's on to bigger, better things. And, we got Rico and lots of great guys coming out of California right now.
Yeah, we can't forget Base Flug. And also we got Robert Ballou, who's came out of California and just kind of made their home over here in Indiana now. And it's great to see those guys make the transition over there to come to the best state for non-wing racing.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, and, let's talk about this non-wing racing we got around here. We also got some big local races coming up. We got that, the No Way Out 40 at Brownstown, and, that's coming up, and there's going to be some good racing there. How do you feel about that one coming up?
I'm really excited for Brownstown. As everybody knows, last year Christopher Bell, it was his first start in a non-wing sprint car, and he picked up the win there. And it's got a really good purse, so we're going to have a lot of good drivers out there driving really hard. So really excited to see that race, and just excited for the USAC season to start up. That way we can start getting you guys some news, and it's going to be awesome. We're really excited.
Yeah, I'm really excited, and I think this is going to be a great segment on the show, having you on and bringing the news, and I can't wait to get to April and get you on some more.
Yeah, well, thanks, guys. I really appreciate you guys bringing me on the show, and I'm ready to kick off this USAC season.
Yep, so everybody make sure, starting in April, make sure you check out the TJ Crawford section, Track Talk with TJ, presented by Liquid Nitro Energy, and we're going to get out of here and take a commercial.
Got a high-performance racing engine? Then you know pushing these engines to the limit often sacrifices reliability. ProGlide Coatings will let your oil do its job to the best of its ability. By reducing friction on the rotating assembly in your engine, reliability can be restored. Applying ProGlide Coatings to internal parts, main and rod bearings, cranks, cams, pistons, rings, and even cylinders will improve reliability as well as add unimaginable performance. Reducing metal-to-metal contact with ProGlide Coatings can have profound results, making your engine not only perform better, but give you or your engine builder peace of mind. For more information about these or our industrial applications, go to www.proglidecoatings.com or to call at 570-204-2544.
Hi, this is Jens Scott from Summit Point Kart in Summit Point, West Virginia. If you're looking for a real racing experience on a real racetrack, come out to Summit Point Kart this weekend. For as little as $25, you can get your racing career started. New this year, Summit Point Kart offers the RX 250, capable of over 75 miles an hour. We're open every Friday from 5 p.m. till 9 p.m., Saturday from noon till 10 p.m., and Sunday from noon till 9 p.m. For more information, go to our website, summitpointkartwithak.com, or you can call us at 304-725-5270. Summit Point Kart, your East Coast karting center.
And now, back to the two guys that think the three most important aspects of covering the race are barbecue, beer, and broads. It's Dirty Dan and the Photo Man.
And next up is a newcomer on the USAC sprint car scene, and really excited to have this guy on. It's Carson Short. How you doing, buddy?
I'm good. How are you guys?
We're doing good. First things first, let's start with tell us who you are, how old you are, where you're from, and what you're racing.
Well, I'm Carson Short. I'm from Marion, Illinois, down here in Southern Illinois. I'm racing non-wing 410s right now. I'd like to do a little more wing 410s too this season, and that's basically what we're running this year.
Yeah, now Carson, I was looking up earlier today, and I actually even found a picture of you from the 66. Let's talk about your micro days. How long were you running micros?
I started out in just the juniors. I think I was about 10 or 11, and I've spent a year in those, and then we went to outlaw non-wing and wings. So I think we ran those about six or 7 years, and we did all right, with the stuff we had. And I was just wanted to move up, and I think we made the right choice going to non-wing sprint cars.
Yeah, for sure. When I was down there for the 66 races down there at SIR, I just thought it was an absolute awesome racetrack for micro racing, and super fast cars. And obviously, being at your hometown, you probably ran there quite a bit.
Yep, that was every night occurrence for us. We didn't travel too much. We just I'm only like 5 miles away from the track, and it's a really good track. Ran there. I mean, ever since I started, that's where I started out. And Brad McDaniel putting on the 66. That was a great show. I mean, just cars from everywhere. The best stuff in micro racing. And we did all right. We ran Stallard, and my grandpa, he put most of it together, just building stuff. I mean, he built sprint cars back in the day. Chuck Amati raced everything, and he's really good at what he does, and we just did what we could with what we had.
Yeah. Now I know a lot of guys are starting to move up out of micros into the sprint car racing and stuff like that. And how do you feel like the micros, and especially there at Marion, as fast as what they are, kind of help get you ready for your sprint car debut?
It did a lot, actually. I normally ran non-wings because what I liked, I like to hang it out sideways. It's just more fun, but we, the micros, it's just a whole different world from the sprint cars. The first time I ever sat in a 410 sprint, I mean, there's just not words to describe how awesome it was.
Now, Carson, I heard you say that your grandpa built a lot of sprint cars and stuff. Are you a third-generation driver?
Yeah, pretty well. He raced a little bit back in the day, but him and my Uncle Sammy, they basically just had a team, and, Chuck and Molly raced with them and everything. They're in the Knoxville Hall of Fame and everything.
Wow, now that's pretty prestigious to be in the Knoxville Sprint Car Hall of Fame. Now, as everybody knows, sprint car racing and just open wheel racing in general is definitely a family sport. So I'm supposing you get quite a bit of help out from the family, right?
Yep, that's everybody that helps us, just basically the whole family. Like in Florida, we had everyone there, and they know what they're doing. They just set the car up really nice, and that's how we did so well in Florida.
Yeah, now moving up into the sprint car race, Carson, I know I seen you quite a few times last year in the sprint car doing some local racing and stuff like that. How did last year work out for you?
It was all right. We just little stuff fell together. We had a lot of sponsor help, just getting off our feet, and I think we ran a lot of MSCS shows and local Indiana shows. We only ran USAC a couple times, and we did pretty good, just starting out. But really like to do a lot better this year and get a couple wins under my belt.
Now, Carson, let's back up and let's talk about Ocala that just happened a couple weeks ago, and talk about some track conditions there, man. Because that's your name. There was a hell of a buzz around your name after the Saturday night racing took place down there. So let's talk about your experiences down there. Let's talk about night one. Start us off there.
Well, Wednesday practice, we were going in there thinking we'd get a good night of practice in, try to figure the track out. That was the first time I've ever been there, and I think we made 4 laps and ended up blowing the motor up. So that was pretty unfortunate there. We spent most of the night changing it back, and then coming into Thursday, it was just I think it was the same track as it was Wednesday, but we set it up pretty good coming out. I think I qualified 14th, and that put us pretty good in the heat race. But I think I was running second in the heat race and broke a linkage on the throttle, so we had to go through the B. But just little stuff was bringing us down that weekend.
Now, we move on to the second night, and, you just said you qualified 14th on that first night, but you qualified 7th on the second and last night of racing down there, and that's when everybody really took notice of Carson Short, and you're in a hell of a rookie battle this year. I think you're setting third after those first 2 races. But tell us about the second night. What was so different with the track or the car, or what'd you get figured out to increase your qualifying time like that?
Well, the second night was just a totally different racetrack. I mean, it was, after raining so much, it was just so tacky. And, my dad and my grandpa and Travis, everybody that set the car up, they just hit it head on right there in the qualifying. All I had to do was just make a really good, smooth lap. And it was pretty good, but the track just kept getting faster all night and moved down to 7th. But, yeah, it stayed tacky all night, Saturday night.
Now, you're being awful bashful or humble or whatever the word is somebody wants to say. But in that heat race, you were battling KT hardcore, and your car was shooting flames out the exhaust pipe. What was going on?
It was actually a burn up a valve. We didn't really have the right pill in, set up fuel. And we burned a valve up in the heat race, and then it just kept. We didn't know it was that, and we were trying to figure it out, and just did it in the B main and in the feature. But I was only running on 7-cylinder, but I was trying.
Yeah. Now, Carson, you like Dan said, you're like sitting about third in the rookie battle. 19th in overall USAC points. You definitely got a really big group of rookies this year. Andretti, Cockrum, Jarrett Gabbard. Is it your plan to kind of run and maybe see where you can end up and run for Rookie of the Year?
Yeah, we're gonna try. We're gonna try to hit most of the local ones, and just as far as we can get. We don't have that much funding behind us. We can't really go to like the California shows and the Arizona and like the Pennsylvania ones. But we're going to try to hit as much as we can and hopefully get pretty good in there and run for that Rookie of the Year.
Yeah. Now, when it comes to the racetracks and the upcoming races we got coming on, out of what you're going to run, what track are you looking forward to running probably the most?
Probably Hopstad. I ran Hopstad a lot last year, and I really like Hopstad a lot. I mean, I grew up going over there with my dad and my grandpa watching them race, and that's what I shot for. When I was a kid, it's just crazy to see those 410 non-wings go around that track. So I really want to hit Hopstad and like Bloomington, just around in the Indiana series, and then probably Terre Haute. I really want to hit that big Terre Haute track. Been wanting to for a while, and I think I'm ready for it.
That sounds like a blast, Carson. Now tell us, who's writing the checks to support your racing habit, my man?
I'd like to thank Total Field and Environment. They've helped out a lot, and North American Pipeline, my grandpa, basically, and my dad, just my whole family. I wouldn't be doing it if it wasn't for them.
All right, and there you have it. That's Carson Short on the USAC Unleashed radio show. Carson, we're going to check back in with you later on this season for sure, man, and good luck in that rookie battle.
I appreciate it.
All right, we'll be right back right after these commercials on USAC Unleashed on the Performance Motorsports Network.
Shopping around for your racing gear, driving from store to store only to find they don't have what you want? Farner's Racing Collectibles on Black Gap Road in Fayetteville, Pennsylvania has it all. The hottest NASCAR, IRL, and NHRA diecast, t-shirts, jackets, flags, and more. Everything racing. Stop by or check out their website, www.farnersracing.com, or call 717-352-2782. You'll be surprised at the selection, prices, and friendly client service. UPS, FedEx, and USPS shipping available. Farner's Racing Collectibles, www.farnersracing.com, or call 717-352-2787. Farner's Racing Collectibles, where racing comes alive.
Hey, racers, you know the amount of time and effort you put in at the shop getting your bullet ready to do battle is huge. Shouldn't the way you look when you climb out of that sick-looking ride in Victory Lane be just as important? Well, hell yeah, it should. Turn Noah's Shell Shock Custom Helmet Painting loose on a custom lid designed just for you. Join the Shell Shock list of racers like Ryan Briscoe, Joey Saldana, Christopher Bell, Matt Crafton, Bud Kading, Dominic Selzy, Kenny Rutz, Spud Allen, Joey Coulter, and many, many more. Go to www.shellshockpaint.com or give them a call at 704-929-8545 and join the Shell Shock list of champions today. Follow Shell Shock on Twitter at Shell Shock Co. and be sure to check out the full Shell Shock gallery on Facebook at Shell Shock. And remember, only the best wear the SS.
You hear that? That's the sound of America's only sports car. That's right, it's a Corvette. But not just any Corvette. It's your Corvette. It's that who cares if there's traffic part of your day. And this can be you when you come to Cooper Corvettes. With 60 years of Corvettes to choose from, there's always a Corvette in your budget. And they'll service any Corvette you bring in. Cooper Corvettes on Route 1 just north of Quantico and Triangle. Call, click, or visit CooperCorvettes.com.
On the air, you may know me as the man about motorsports. Actually, I've been the man about insurance for over 30 years. With one call, I can cover your life, health, auto, home, and business insurance. Recently, I saved a young couple over $500 on their annual car insurance insurance bill. No gimmicks and no green lizard. So if you think your insurer is really your good neighbor who is on your side because he is holding your money in his good hands, think again. Call me, 703-631-8000. I have dozens of insurance companies waiting to give you the protection you need and deserve. It may take more than 15 minutes, but you'll receive sound advice, quality professional service, and an honest opinion. That number again, 703-631-8000. Ask for Larry O.
And now, back to the guy that got thrown out of the track for hiring topless dancers to dance on the starter stand mid-race. And that caused a 30-car big one. It's Dirty Dan and the Photo Man.
Yeah, it may have cost a 30-car big one, but I'm not even going to begin to tell you how many $1 bills I got that night.
Oh, my God.
All right, man, I was waiting. It took you long enough, Photo Man.
I was trying to get the picture out of my head.
Yeah, that's all right. Bob will get that dead space out of there. All right, man, let's move on. The featured guest of the night is the Bear, Chris Windom, my good buddy. How you doing tonight, man?
Good. How are you guys?
Doing all right. Doing all right. Now, we did have our sources check the score of the game that you are intently watching tonight, so you're not down or a little blue, are you?
Well, we're down 1-0, I'm pretty sure right now, unless it's changed since I walked away.
Okay, well, you just stay walked away because it's changed, buddy.
Oh, it has? Oh, no. Is that good or bad?
Well, it's not. It didn't change for the better.
Oh, boy.
All right, man.
Oh,
For those of you out there, we're giving our buddy, the Bear, Chris Windom, a hard time about the St. Louis Blues hockey game that's going on, man. He's a big fan. But, Chris, let's back it up. For those out there that have not heard of Chris Windom, which I find hard to believe, man, where are you from? What do you race? And tell me a little bit about yourself.
Oh, I'm originally from Canton, Illinois. I run USAC dirt sprint car, Silver Crown, and midgets for RW in the Silver Crown, Jeff Walker in the sprint car, and RFMS Racing in the midget. And I currently live in St. Louis right now.
And what are you doing out there in St. What are you racing? I guess we've never talked about it, Chris, as much as we've talked. Do you work full-time anywhere, or are you just racing full-time now?
No, I actually have a couple rental properties down here that I'm managing. That's something new I started doing over the last 4 or 5 months. So that's all I do besides racing, but it's hard to have a real job and try to be a race car driver at the same time.
That it is at the level that you're racing at. Now, you mentioned there that you're running the midgets and the USAC sprints and USAC Silver Crown, and I know the Photo Man's going to jump in with a bunch of cool stats at some point in this interview. But you also do some ARCA racing. Is there anything to news to release on that level or anything? I know you're working hard on some things.
Yeah, it's still all in the works. I don't have anything full-time as of right now, but I'm sure it'll just be a select races here and there, and it's normally a sort of a last-minute decision doing that stuff. So, right now I don't really know what all I'm going to be doing, but I know there'll be some stock car races thrown into the schedule this year, just not sure how much or when they're going to be.
That's going to be cool, man. I can't wait to see you in that. But, I gave you a call last week to schedule you for this time slot. And I'm pretty jealous, man. You were laying on the beach tanning. Tell me a little bit about what you had going on down there.
Yeah, me and Jeff Walker, my sprint car owner, we decided to head down to Fort Myers after the races, and he has a buddy that lives down there, and we just went and relaxed for a few days, and like you said, hung out on the beach and stared at the women and just had a good old time. We went fishing, went deep sea fishing, caught a lot of big grouper fish, so that was a lot of fun. I actually wish I had stayed down there instead of being in this cold weather.
Yeah, that's for sure. We definitely had some warm weather down there, Chris. And let's start off. First race at Ocala. Let's tell everybody how you kind of fared down there.
We started off pretty decent. I think we were going to start 7th in the features, and coming to on the parade lap, the throttle linkage bolt came loose and fell off, and the throttle popped off. So I had to stop, and we didn't have time to fix it. So I actually put the bolt back in, and I ran the throttle by hand for the first 10 laps and steered with my left hand until we had that first red flag. And we got it fixed under that, and I think I stopped another time in between them, though, because it popped out. And so we had to come from the tail, and we ended up 10th the first night. so it wasn't too bad of a night for how the feature started. But second night we were pretty fast again. We qualified third, and the track was just really heavy in the feature. It was tough to pass, but we came out of there with 2 top 10s. It's actually the best 2 finishes I've had at Ocala the last 3 years. It hasn't treated me very well down there, so I'm not too upset about how we came out from there.
No, for sure. And I remember actually talking with Jason McCord afterwards about your whole steering the throttle with the hand thing. And like he said, he goes, Chris Windom's definitely a gamer and definitely can get it done. And you sure did. And it definitely floored me to hear that you steered that thing with a throttle. That's amazing. Moving on, we got,
I mean, I knew I didn't want to get started off with a DNF, so that's not good for the points or anything. And it's not a good way to start the season. So I knew I had to do something. And I had to do what I had to do to finish it off.
Yeah, for sure. You come out of there looking good. We move on into Lawrenceburg. How's your thoughts going into Lawrenceburg as far as, how that place has treated you?
I'm really looking forward to our next few races, Lawrenceburg and Eldora. I've always ran really well at both those tracks. They kind of suit my style. I like the bigger, faster tracks for the most part. So I'm looking forward to getting the racing season going at those places.
Yeah, for sure. Now that leads us to another question too. Is we always usually ask our sprint car guys and all our drivers, do you like a slick track or do you like a hammer down, tacky, fast track?
The tracks like Lawrenceburg, I would say a slicker track for there. I think it makes it more racy. When they're real fast and heavy, it seems like everybody kind of gets in single file and just follows each other. So I would say, Eldora is always slick, and it's just big slide jobs no matter when you're there. But Lawrenceburg, I like when it slicks off and gets a cushion up by the wall, and you can still run the bottom lane too.
Now, speaking of Eldora, you actually got your first win at Eldora, right?
Yeah, first win or 2 wins in one night. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, how was that? What do you think's better, winning both of the races at Eldora or the Blues finally getting a cup?
I'm gonna go with Eldora on that one. That was a pretty special moment to be able to win 2 of the 3 in one night.
Oh yeah, definitely. I'm actually a pretty big Blues fan myself, so I can understand we at least want one cup before we die. But I couldn't imagine winning 2 races in one night at Eldora. That's something that a lot of legendary racers have yet to do, and that only a couple people have actually pulled off the Triple Crown on. So that's really awesome. And definitely a rookie last year in the Silver Crown to take a lot of notice to and running with the RW team. What was some of your highlights last year besides obviously that quick time at Gateway?
I had a lot of decent runs last year. We didn't win. I think I ended up winning 8 or 9 races, but I won the Sheldon Kinzer Memorial for my second time with Jeff Walker, and I'm trying to think what else. I just had a lot of top 5 finishes, a lot of good finishes, but I'd like to won some more USAC races, but I fell short in a lot of the Silver Crown races that I thought we were going to have wrapped up, but it's never over till that checkered flag waves. So, I'm a little disappointed with how not being able to win the Silver Crown championship, but all the guys, they worked super hard all year, and we gave it all we could. We were always right there in the Silver Crown races. It just seemed like it took forever to get that first win.
Now, talking about the Silver Crown Series, with the RW team, and is that the plan moving forward? And what's your Silver Crown Series schedule look like this year?
It's still in the works right now. I know that we're planning on starting off at running Terre Haute and running all the first races. We're still trying to find some sponsorships to finish the whole season, but I think we're going to get it worked out. And yeah, so as of now, plan is to stay with RW. That's the team I want to be with if I'm going to run a Silver Crown. So doing everything possible to make that work, and I think it's going to work out.
Yeah, for sure. I'd love to see you get the sponsorship, to be able to run, all the RW stuff and all the Silver Crown stuff for sure. And anybody, that wants to sponsor, a great driver and a great team, check out www.17racing.com and help Chris get going there. Midget stuff, Chris. How's the midget stuff look with RMFS this year?
Right now I'm slated to run the full dirt schedule, and actually just recently spoke with him about possibly running the full pavement schedule too. So looks like I most likely, I know I'm running the dirt for sure, but it's looking like I'm going to run the full deal with with RFMS on the pavement and dirt.
Yeah, for sure. And the pavement midgets, I think I just heard they even took off the rev limits for those this year, so you'd be able to get a little bit more out of those.
Definitely.
So,
right.
Go ahead, Dan.
That's okay. Hey, Chris, who's writing all the checks, man? You got so many different teams and cars you drive for. Give us all the sponsors and start with the midgets, move to the sprints, and then the Silver Crown stuff, buddy.
The midgets, the RFMS Racing, Liberty Village helps out big time, and that's the owner, Don Fike, and S-Slingers helped them in the past, and we're still in the works about who we're going to run what the engine program is going to be for this year. But the midget, it's basically Liberty Village is the big sponsor on the car. And the sprint car, Jeff's Jamming In Storage, Pro Source. Let's see here. Hoosier Tire helps out. Super Shocks, Klaxon Engines. Lots of parts and engines and all the things to put the cars together. Jeff gets a lot of help with. So everything with those guys. The Silver Crown deal, it's RW. Curb Records helped out last year. I'm sure I'm leaving people out, but that's the main sponsors.
That'll work, man. And how do people get a hold of you, Chris? How do they follow you? Facebook, Twitter, websites, anything like that?
I'm on all social media. I'm on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. My Facebook's obviously just my name. My Twitter is @Windom Chris, and it's the same for my Instagram account too. So all those you can follow me, and also my website is chriswindom.net.
That'll work, man. Chris, you don't know how much I appreciate you taking the time out to do not only this radio show, but all the other radio shows I'm on, man. You've become like a staple phone call for me. Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
That's a good thing. I love talking to you guys.
All right, that'll work, man. All right, and I've got a little information for you. It's 2-0 at the end of the first, Chris.
Oh, boy. Thanks for letting me know.
I will, man. I bet Noah Enos will have something to say about that, too, at Shell Shock. All right, buddy, we got to get out of here, man. We'll catch up with you later this season, and I can't wait to see you face-to-face at Lawrenceburg and Terre Haute coming up the first week of April. All right, man, so be safe, have a good season. We'll talk to you again soon, and you are listening to USAC Unleashed Radio on the Performance Motorsports Network, and that was Chris the Bear Windom. We'll be right back after this short break.
Got a high-performance racing engine? Then you know pushing these engines to the limit often sacrifices reliability. ProGlide Coatings will let your oil do its job to the best of its ability. By reducing friction on the rotating assembly in your engine, reliability can be restored. Applying ProGlide Coatings to internal parts, main and rod bearings, cranks, cams, pistons, rings, and even cylinders will improve reliability as well as add unimaginable performance. Reducing metal-to-metal contact with ProGlide Coatings can have profound results, making your engine not only perform better, but give you or your engine builder peace of mind. For more information about these or our industrial applications, go to www.proglidecoatings.com or to call at 570-204-2544.
On the air, you may know me as the man about motorsports. Actually, I've been the man about insurance for over 30 years. With one call, I can cover your life, health, auto, home, and business insurance. Recently, I saved a young couple over $500 on their annual car insurance bill. No gimmicks and no green lizard. So if you think your insurer is really your good neighbor who is on your side because he is holding your money in his good hands, think again. Call me, 703-631-8000. I have dozens of insurance companies waiting to give you the protection you need and deserve. It may take more than 15 minutes, but you'll receive sound advice, quality professional service, and an honest opinion. That number again, 703-631-8000. Ask for Larry O.
Ever wonder what keeps the USAC Unleashed radio team fired up besides their passion for racing? Crack open a can of the best tasting energy drink on earth, Liquid Nitro. Liquid Nitro products are infused with nothing but the finest ingredients, including 3 herbs and 2 B vitamins to give you the best quality energy drink your body can handle. Liquid Nitro Regular, Liquid Nitro Low Carb, and Liquid Nitro Tropical Storm energy drinks contain a blend of herbs and vitamins that produce clean energy without the crash or aftertaste and without those harmful side effects. Also, check out their line of liquid nitro shooters, a 3-ounce exotic berry-flavored energy shot that tantalizes your taste buds. And hey guys, you might be interested in their liquid nitro fuel for passion. It's an all-natural energy shot with a proprietary blend that helps us men feel, well, more productive. Check out their Facebook page at Liquid Nitro Beverages Midwest or their website at nitrobeverages.com. Real energy, no bull, Liquid Nitro.
Before a disaster turns your family's world upside down, it's up to you to be ready. Get a kit, make a plan, be informed. Learn how at www.ready.gov. Brought to you by the Federal Emergency Management Agency and the Ad Council.
And now, back to the guys who think big wings are for people who have little, torsion bars. Dirty Dan and the Photo Man.
That was going to cause some controversy, Mr. Steele.
Well, you know, you got to have some fun occasionally.
All right, man. All right, lots of things to go over in this close. First, want to give a big shout out to our sponsors, ProGlide Coatings, www.proglidecoatings.com. Our newest sponsor, Liquid Nitro Energy Drinks. Check them out on Facebook at Liquid Nitro Beverages Midwest or www.nitrobeverages.com. As always, our buddy Noah Enos at Shell Shock Custom Helmets. Check him out at shellshockpaint.com. Some badass lids there, man. Our buddy Bob Steele that produces the show, and of course our home, the Performance Motorsports Network. Rich, don't we have a website?
Yeah, we do. It's thanks to Walker Racing Promotions. Our website is www.usacunleashedradioshow.com. That
is pretty cool, man. That is a cool site. Get over there and check it out. All kinds of info. TJ, the Tommy Lee of racing, my man. I believe you're running a little Twitter account for us, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm going to be handling all of our Twitter social media. So if you want to get a hold of us on Twitter, give us a shout out and we'll be sure to hit you guys up.
All right. And that Twitter address is Lettin Eat, LITTINEREAT. That's just because Dirty Dan don't know how to spell, and I'm the one that set that account up. So there you have that. All right. We have a couple giveaways this week, and once again, it is time for the www.dirtdoggear.com prize vault combination. Inside that prize vault is going to be a $25 Dirt Dog Gear gift card. And TJ, I believe you have the combination this week.
Yeah, it looks like the combination to get inside the vault is going to be 2112.
2112. Look for the link on the USAC Unleashed radio Facebook page, and usually it's with the archive show link. Enter that code, and Sunday, 6 p.m. Eastern Time, we'll draw a winner. And Mr. Rich Foreman, I believe RichForemanPhotos.com is going to give something else away this week.
Yeah, I actually have an extra copy of the Ocala ad, and so we'll give away a second Ocala ad again this week. And make sure you check the Facebook and enter on there. We'll come up with a question from the show, answer the question right, and you're in the drawing.
That'll work, man. And I forgot who our winner was last week on the Dirt Dog Gear and the Rich Foreman contest, so excuse me for that. Mr. Bob Steele, anything going on at Performance Motorsports Network we need to know about?
Well, I got to tell you something. We have the best shows on motorsports. If you like everything from the Pirelli World Challenge Series to NASCAR to drag bikes to jet-powered bar stools and USAC Dirt, you need to be listening. www.performancemotorsportsnetwork.com, or you can get a phone app from the App Store, the App Market. Tune in, AHA Radio, they're all free. iTunes as well, and Apple TV. So check it out, performancemotorsportsnetwork.com. We are going to be in Florida coming up soon for some really cool racing. So stick around, be listening for all the details.
That'll work. All right, and we'll be back next week with some another round of pretty cool guests, and we'll continue to preview the openers for USAC at Lawrenceburg and Terre Haute for the Sprints and Silver Crowns, as well as the No Way Out Jesse Hockett Memorial 40 at Brownstown Speedway on March 29th. So we'll be talking some more about that. Go to usacracing.com. All the schedules for USAC shows are there. And do not forget that jackslash.com and our buddy Sean Buckley's got some really cool stuff going on MAV TV. Go to jackslash.com, check it out, Facebook and all that. And with that, It is in the can, fellas. We're out of here, and that's another episode of USAC Unleashed on the Performance Motorsports Network. We'll catch y'all next week. We are out of here.
USAC Unleashed is a copyrighted production of PerformanceMotorsportsNetwork.com, a member of the Scorpion Radio Group, Inc., and may not be rebroadcast, replicated, or saved in any media without the explicit written permission of PMN. Check out our Facebook page, USAC Unleashed Radio Show, or our section on the PMN website. The opinions expressed on this program are those of the host and guests and do not necessarily reflect those of the management and ownership of either PMN or Scorpion Radio Group, Inc. Be listening next week as we rev it up with USAC Unleashed, exclusively on the Performance Motorsports Network.